foods. And they did that in Iraq when they took over. That's part of their constitution. They're doing it all over the world. In other words, they're pushing this corporate foods all over the world through the World Trade Organization. They've got a lawsuit against Europe to open up the market to genetically modified foods. Europeans said, we don't want these Franken foods. We don't want them. They are not the same. We want only natural foods. And they're saying, well, either you take them or World Trade Organization, we're going to have suits against you. They have made it illegal for a milk company to advertise it isn't using the bovine growth hormone. Illegal to advertise that. Cori, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, it takes away our choice as consumers to be able to decide what we're going to ingest and make informed decisions. It was really interesting when you mentioned how in other countries they don't want GM foods, for example. In, I think it was April of 1999, Unilever, which is the largest food manufacturer in Britain, committed to taking GM foods out of everything, out of all their brands. And then within a week, every major food manufacturer followed suit, like McDonald's, Burger King, Safeway, for their European brands. But they didn't do it here in this country because there doesn't seem to be the flurry of protest and the outcry that happened in Europe.
They've removed trans fats in Canada. They haven't in the United States. The United States is just having the absolute worst food being served to the children and to the adults of any place on the earth when you're looking at these genetically modified foods, all because of the corporate controls that they have. Money, corporate controls, and, as you would say, the chemical dumbing down of society. More when we get back with Cori Brackett, Sweet Remedy.
Now, don't go getting your pantyhose in a bunch. Erskine will be right back.
So why don't you just kick back and let's listen to Erskine overnight while I puff on my favorite stogie. Hey now, I wouldn't lie to you.
Talking with Cori Brackett, producer, director, star of Sweet Remedy. Cori, one of the people you were talking with is Spice. What's the rest of her?
Spice Williams Crosby.
Spice Williams Crosby. And she was talking about people going to her and they said, okay, you doing any drugs? No. You smoking? No. How about steroids and how about hormones? No. She said, no. Do you eat any dairy? Yeah. Well, then you're doing hormones. Are you drinking any tap water? Well, then you're doing hormones. Tap water's got birth control pills in it. Dairy's got this bovine growth hormone in it. And you just can't. And also antibiotics. We are being poisoned daily, and these have a cumulative effect on us, don't they?
Yes. We spoke with Dr. Mercola, Dr. Joseph Mercola from Mercola.com, about the full barrel effect that happens when everybody has a limited amount of their body's ability to handle toxins, and we all get toxins into our bodies. And what he was talking about is a full barrel effect when you get to that point where you can no longer take anymore. That's, basically what I think happened to myself when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis myself, which pushed me towards looking for these answers. Originally, with Sweet Misery, A Poison World, we did that and talked to experts all over the country, and that further sparked my curiosity for Sweet Remedy. But it's a very difficult thing, and you don't know exactly when that's going to happen. It's the same way that you can't take one cigarette and have a problem going up a flight of stairs, but if you smoke for 20 years, you might have lung cancer.
Now, one of the things that you say is there are remedies. That's why it's sweet remedy. You have to detox, but when you detox, you have to do it at a speed you can handle. You tell how to do that. You go into details talking about how you should detox for specific chemicals. You talk about adding antioxidants, vitamin C, D, E, K, and the B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, selenium, flavonoids, antioxidant enzymes, superoxide dimetase, and glutamine. I don't know. You know what those are.
They're very difficult to pronounce. That's why we talk to the doctors and let them discuss what they do when they deal with patients that are running into problems. It's individual, and
fresh veggies and melatonin are also good, but the number one brain protector, according to Dr. Blaylock, is magnesium.
Yes, he's a big fan of magnesium. Actually, when he's a neurosurgeon, and when he was doing his surgeries, he would give a slug of magnesium, that's what he said, to his patients before the surgery, and he never ran into a lot of the problems that his colleagues were running into on the operating table with complications from surgery. But they wouldn't listen to him, and they didn't understand the importance of magnesium. He says we're all magnesium deficient, which makes us more susceptible to these different excitotoxins.
Then the final chapter of the video is revolution. We have a revolution because people are starting to take a stand. You talk about the Feingold volunteers, and that's where kids are acting up due to food additives. You've got Jeffrey Smith, who wrote Seeds of Deception. I've had Jeffrey on here. So people are beginning to question, they're beginning to educate, they're beginning to change. They're looking at this, they're noticing that kids can be corrected by changing their diet, getting off the Ritalin and getting away from ADDs and all these things. You've got the Syndrome X with diabetes, obesity, hypertension, and that is the same symptoms that animals get when they're given MSG. You also get into the Native Americans growing their own, going back to heritage seeds, talking about the entire system of how that the world is starting to wake up and starting to change. It's going to have to, because we're being poisoned daily. And then the video has something very nice. You've got special features. You've got one on Ritalin, one on Donald Rumsfeld and Pepsi Cola and the unique relationship they had together. Very, very close, buddies. You've got Dr. Blaylock's complete list, and you've got the FDA raid. All special features on this video. You've got a lot packed into this video here.
Well, you know, Erskine, it like I had said, unfortunately, there's not a simple remedy. And so when we embarked on this journey to discover and look for a more proactive solution or a way to go to improve the health of people and improve my own health, and look at what's going on wrong in society and what we can do about that, it turned into a very big project, and it was difficult to figure out what things to eliminate from the video. So the things that we have in there are what I think are pretty important.
They are pretty important. I was very amazed to find out about the MSG, how many things contain MSG. I mean, that was incredible when you think that it can't be that many, but it certainly is. It's hard enough to find products without aspartame, isn't it?
Very much so. Matter of fact, I had eliminated it from my diet, and I was starting to improve back in 2002 when I was going through my own withdrawal and my own symptoms. And then I had breast mint tabs for under the tongue, which weren't labeled diet. I didn't know they contained aspartame. I was fooled myself, and I went very quickly back down into the depths of sickness again.
Even that one lady who was giving her kids Flintstones vitamins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
her kid off of everything.
The
daughter was doing better. She was taking her Flintstone vitamins because she just loved tasting them Flintstones. And next thing you know, she's getting all the symptoms back right from there.
Yes, it was a very quick thing. Katrina is her daughter's name, and she was 2 years old and 9 months, I think, when she began taking the children's vitamins. And she had stopped for a while, and as you had said, she started to improve, and she is still not the same. She still struggles now, which is years later.
Is this being done for corporate greed, or is this being done to control the population in forms of mind control, in your opinion? Because the one sounds a little bit conspiratorial, the other sounds, well, it's just being done for the money of it, or is it a combination? We get back. I'd like to have an answer on that with Cori Brackett. It's called Sweet Remedy. If you want to call in, it's 800-259-9231. We will take your calls.
We'll be launching those missiles in about 2 minutes, so don't you go away.
Here at the retirement home, we always listen to Erskine overnight. It's all we got to listen to.
Listening in Wisconsin on WTDY is Will, and Will, you're on with Cori Brackett. You have a question about Sweet Remedy and the toxins which we're all getting every day.
Yeah, I don't work for the company, but I want to mention this. I got a doctorate in biochemistry, and I started taking vitamins and minerals when I was a young fella, and my dad used to drink quite a bit, and I got some vitamins for him, gave them to him, and he stopped drinking. There was a Dr. Williams, University of Texas or whatever you call it, and he's deceased now, but he was a great advocate of vitamins for those who were addicted to alcoholism. He alleged that, for example, the reason why some people drink beer is to get the B vitamins out of beer, believe it or not. I don't know, I'm not an expert in beer, but in any event, I don't work for the company, but if you're going to take a vitamin, the only one that you ought to take, I kid you not, you mentioned those Flintstones or whatever for kids and all that, bunch of junk. Take this. It's put out by Walgreens, Super Aetinol, Aytinal. I do not work for the company, but it's got all the minerals, all the vitamins that you need. You don't need to buy all these other junk vitamins and minerals that you see all over. You're just ruining your health. All you need to do is just take this once a day, wash the paint off, a little humor, take the dye off, in your kitchen sink, make sure it don't go down the drain, and then chug her down with food. That's the way, and you remain reasonably healthy. One other thing, you mentioned magnesium. Another good trace element to take, and very important, is zinc. But you got to be careful on it. Zinc does remove the other trace minerals, elements that may be harmful. It washes them out. It replaces the sites where the other harmful minerals might be attached to enzymes or wherever. Zinc replaces them, and so that's another good mineral to take.
That's right, Will. Thank you. We mentioned in the video magnesium, zinc, and selenium are the three minerals that are mentioned.
Thank you, Will.
Thanks for the call, Will. Those are the three main ones that are mentioned. So, Cori, I enjoyed the film immensely. How can I get a copy of it?
Oh, well, you can get it through our website, which is www.sweetremedy.tv. TV is in television, and it's all one word.
Okay, sweetremedy.tv. And how much is the video?
It's $25 plus $5 shipping and handling.
plus $5 shipping and handling. You still have available Sweet Misery.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's been out for a while, so that's $20.
I enjoyed both of them. On this video, let me tell a few of the people. Dr. Joseph Mercola, Jim Turner, who I thought Jim Turner was excellent. Dr. Russell Blaylock was excellent. It was always good to see Norm Chomsky, Dr. Michael Ruff, Dr. Candace Pert, Jeffrey Smith, Jack Samuel.